All right. Well, John, I'm so excited to be on Zoom with you today. Thank you for saying yes and letting me record.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to start with the very basics of how
hmm
long have you been a part of NEXA?
Right now a little over 6.5 years, almost 7.
Okay, awesome. And what made you decide to join NEXA in the first place?
Mike Neal,
So what
and
what was your tipping point? Like, did Mike Neal say something specific, or was there something he showed you, or
yeah, so Mike, I was working with Mike on his helping him with his social media, and I wasn't at Nexa at the time, and he uh, he asked me, he was like, "Hey, I want you to check out this Zoom and tell me what you think about our company." And I got on the Zoom, and it was one of the first wine. I mean, it was
the
way
very
back when,
beginning, huh?
yeah, like in 2019. And but it just everything that they said resonated with me. It was exactly what I was looking for in a mortgage. That it was what I had been looking for in a mortgage company since I started in the business
Wow. And so
in
what year did you start
2004.
there? Wow.
2004. I had always wanted a company like Nexa
So
to
like
to
15
join.
years into your career,
Yeah,
you found the company you always wanted.
right.
I love
I was
it.
like, this is great, and I can tell other people about it.
I love it. So since coming on board at Nexa, what would you say has been your favorite thing, either about Nexa itself or about being a part of Nexa?
I like Nexa Fest. That's pretty awesome. We have that every year where we all get together and meet each other. Plus,
And that, now
going
it's
to going
easier.
going go, going to
Oh,
UWM. UWM trips are amazing. Uh, you know, we've met in Florida. Uh, there's just a lot of things, but the things, everything has gotten better every time since the beginning.
yes. Okay, so I was gonna say when you said Nexa Fest, I was gonna say now it's easier for you now that it's in
Yeah, because
Dallas.
it's in Dallas. Yeah.
However, the other things you talked about, Michigan, Florida, obviously you like the travel, it seems like that.
Well, I get to meet people and I get out of my house, right? Since because we're all remote.
I
So,
love the Michigan
I
trip.
went to Arizona for the Christmas party.
Uh-huh.
hmm
I think I could be wrong, but I think the first time you and I actually ever had a conversation was in Michigan. Am I right? Did we ever talk on Zoom before Michigan?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because I was thinking we actually met in Michigan. However, though I love getting next to people together somewhere. It's so much fun for
hmm
me. Yeah, awesome. So, what is something new that you learned since being at Nexa, either through the changes, through the improvements, or just something in general that you didn't know about the industry before you came to Nexa?
What didn't I know? Oh, I'll tell you what. One thing I didn't know is that you could have high comp and have low rates.
Right?
You
Shocker.
know, I mean, that was a big shocker. Uh, letting you do business your way, run your business your own way.
Yeah.
Um,
I always felt like the company I was at would say, "Oh, it's your business." And then the
mhm,
reality is they would still tell you no when you wanted to do things or spend money on things or whatever.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. past that joining NEXA has been life-changing, and I've heard you talk about your gratitude for having met Mike Neal. And so
Hmm.
give us a little bit more insight on why NEXA was the best decision for you. And part two, I guess, of the question is when you talk about your gratitude for having met Mike Neal, give us a little more in-depth detail about that as well.
Uh, so let's start that one over.
Okay.
Okay, so the first question.
I have heard you say that coming on board to Nexa was one of the best business decisions that you've made in your life.
Hmm.
So why is coming
Yeah.
to Nexa one of the best business decisions for you?
Well, Nexa put together a platform that is hard for anybody else to compete on. And, they have a revenue share program, and I've been able to um, build a pretty decent sized downline and that's still growing. Uh, and, it allows me to focus on the people that I bring to Nexa to help them, figure it out when they first get here and be successful down the road.
Awesome. Okay, so the other question, and you
Hmm.
use the word downline, so now I'm going to flip it the other way and use the word upline. We
Hmm.
know, or I know, that your upline, Mike Neal, is the one who brought you to Nexa. And I've
Right.
heard you say more than once how grateful you are for having met Mike Neal. So I'm going to ask you in your words, let's go a little bit deeper on that, like what on the reasons why you say you are so grateful for Mike Neal.
You know, he just has a way of helping, of his the way he communicates. Uh, we're very it's very effective with me. Uh, and he's it's just the way he talks to people and the way he helps everybody out and the way he wants everybody else to be successful around him. And he will go out of his way to help you get there. You just have to listen to what he says and do it.
I totally agree. I have experienced that as well. Okay, I'm going to ask you one more. Give me the top three things that you think are the best three things about Nexa.
Great rates, better comp, uh, and no micromanagement.
Awesome.
But you have to be able to run your own show. You have to be able to figure it out, or have, that's one of the things that Mike and I mean, we have a Zoom room open all the time. So if loan officers need help, they can just pop in there if they need to, because sometimes you need direction in finding out where you need to go in loan officer support to get help
Yes.
because we have so much to offer, you
Yeah.
know.
Truth for sure.
And when people first get to Nexa, that sometimes they don't, you know, uh, they're not used to using Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Might be their first time.
yeah, but but still we have a Zoom room open. So if they need help, they can just Zoom in there. And,
So when
uh,
you recruit someone, they can access you or Mike pretty much all the time by just popping into Zoom and you'll be there.
well, Mike will be there or somebody else on the team will be there.
Okay, awesome. So you guys kind
Because
of can take turns taking it.
that Zoom room's open all day long. I'm not going to say 24/7, but it's open a long time.
Okay, awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Tell me something in the near future that you are looking forward to or you know you're about to create that everybody should know about.
Uh, oh, well, what I'm working on right now is a system to to help loan officers find BDMs and market to them and add them as
Awesome.
BDMs.
Awesome. You want to real quick tell
So
us what a BDM stands for?
business development marketer, it's a
Very cool.
W-2 position here at NEXA that allows people with large networks to get paid for their marketing activities on loans that get closed.
Thank you for sharing that and explaining it. If you could give
So
one last piece of advice to a loan originator not currently at NEXA, what would you tell them?
if if you generate your own leads and all of your business is generated by you, you are your business. And at Nexa, you can make more and get your clients better terms. And so it's a win-win on both.
Awesome. And if somebody wants to find you to get more information, how do they find you?
Uh, they can just email me, or they can email me at jparker at Nexa Mortgage, nexalending.com, or they can find me on LinkedIn, John
Awesome.
Parker,
Very cool. And they can just look at this little video and see the spelling of your name.
the John Parker on LinkedIn.
Well, thank you for answering all of my detailed questions and
hmm
being recorded with me today.